So Amber, might as well just go ahead and get into it. So what did you think when you saw the election for this particular state question? Was it scheduled until the year 2026?
Obviously, the campaign was just incredibly disappointed, not shocked that the governor would play politics with the lives of working Oklahomans. We've waited, especially these workers who are going to see an increase in their paychecks. We've waited 15 years for an increase in the minimum wage, and now, because the governor is playing politics here, we're going to have to wait another 2 years before we're going to get to vote on this. Um, it's and this is at the same time that we know that the cost of living just keeps going up, the prices of housing, gas, groceries. So these families were really looking forward to the relief that they were going to see as a result of their wages being increased permanently through an increase in minimum wage. Um, so we're incredibly disappointed that the governor is sort of disrespecting, turning his nose up to the will of voters here in Oklahoma who've said they want to decide this issue for themselves.
You said you were not shocked by this, but did you sort of expect this to take place?
I mean, nothing shocks me that politicians, would somehow try to delay or deny Oklahomans a right to vote on this issue. It's why we had to go to the ballot, because the legislature has refused to take up this issue, and for a very, very, very long time, as long as I have been working around policy and advocacy in Oklahoma. um, I remember working while I was working on staff of the state Senate. um, Back in 2006, we tried to pass a minimum wage increase then, and the House killed it when we were trying to do that. So, again, this isn't an issue that politicians have ever said they have the courage to do. And so I'm not shocked. We've been challenged at every corner, every turn you can imagine. So the initial delay was the state chamber put up a lawsuit against the state question. We beat that back in court. Then they weren't satisfied with the court's answer, so they asked for sort of an explanation from the court, and the court said, no, we're not going to do that. So those delays really sort of set the stage up for us to not be able to qualify in time to make the November ballot. But the thing is, the governor could have set the election 70 days from September 5th. So you can do the math. This election could have happened this year, and a minimum wage increase could have gone into effect January 1, 2025. Instead, if we pass the state question in June of 26, it won't go into effect until January 27. So what he has done in effect is delay a pay increase and deny a pay raise to 320,000 Oklahomans by 2 years. And it's just incredibly frustrating to know that there are families out there trying to make ends meet, trying to figure out how to pay their bills, and you have a governor sitting in Oklahoma City that's just there playing politics.
You mentioned how with this state question, you kind of hit so many roadblocks within this pursuit of getting this on a ballot. Does that, all those roadblocks you've met, does that give you pause at all, or does that motivate you and your organization to keep going with this?
Yeah, it doesn't give me pause because politicians like to hold and keep power. Working people don't have lobbyists. So the only reason that the minimum wage increase hasn't become law in the state legislature is that these giant corporations hire lobbyists. They are members of the state chamber, and they can go and lobby lawmakers and get these measures killed. So Oklahomans have the ability to go directly to the ballot through the initiative petition process. It's why we have it. It's why our founders of our Constitution in Oklahoma enshrined this right to us in our state constitution for issues just like this. When politicians lack the political will to do the right thing, Oklahoma citizens can and do take issues up amongst themselves. This is joining things like protecting rural hospitals and saving rural hospitals through Medicaid expansion. criminal justice reform, term limits on lawmakers came by a vote of the people. State Question 640, which limited the size of government, said that you could not, increase taxes on Oklahomans without a 3/4 vote of the legislature, or 2/3 vote, or 3/4, I can't remember which, or a vote of the people. So Oklahomans have a long history of using the ballot when politicians won't take up issues that are important to them. It's why we believe we will win when we make the ballot, or when we are on the ballot in June of 2026, because increasing the minimum wage is really a common sense solution to a real problem that Oklahoma families face every single day, right? So they're sitting around their kitchen tables, they're wanting to know, okay, do I have enough money left in my paycheck this month to pay my electric bill? Can I afford to take my family out to dinner tonight? Can I put my child in after school athletics? Can I, those are the choices that Oklahomans are having to make right now. Can I afford to put gas in my car to go to work? And we know that when we increase the minimum wage, that wages go up overall. And the reason why we are 47th in the nation, almost dead last in low wage workers, is because our minimum wage is so low. It sets this very low floor for wages in Oklahoma. And the only way to increase wages, for those that are on the lower scale, and even those that are just sort of right on the cusp, is increasing the minimum wage. We know it works. Other states around us have done it. And it's just disappointing that the governor would delay this vote by 2 more years.
Sure, you have saw it, and this would be the last question, then I'll let you go to your event. What did you think of Sid's reasoning surrounding why he said he moved it to 2026?
I think it's a politically convenient answer to give, especially when his own actions on, like, recreational marijuana, he put it on the ballot in March of 2023, shortly after they qualified in September of 2022. So, this is a politically slimy, slippery answer. I believe it's convenient for him to say that. The truth is, he's playing politics. The truth is, because of his actions, 320,000 Oklahomans who are making less than $15 an hour right now will not get a pay raise because the governor is playing politics with the lives of hardworking Oklahomans.
Anything else you want the listeners to hear?
No, I think I'm good.
All right, thank you, Amber. You have a good day, and I appreciate you
Thank
taking this.
you. Thank you. And I'm